Yo, what's up, guys? So today we're on a new episode of a cooking show, and it's called Cooking the Goo with Nesh. All right, and today
Let's
we're
go,
gonna
baby.
see which three decks. We're gonna do three decks. It's gonna be three separate videos. But the first one that we're gonna be covering is Rescue Ace. Also, if you guys haven't already, go check out Nesh in the description box below on his Twitch, on his Twitter, on all of his socials. All right, that's the least you could do to get free goo. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with the Rescue Ace deck list. All right. So we kind of did a little theory on stream, and I may have or may not have stolen a combo from one of my Twitch chatters, who came up with a really nice combo actually. I will show that towards the end. But first, let's get into the quick deck profile of what I think the deck should look like post the new support, right? Because on my tier list, I actually put this at around like tier 2. I think the deck is finally playable, but I think a little bit of consistency issues, but we'll try to solve that, and we'll talk about the non-engine and all that good stuff as well too. We got 3 Hydrant, the main starter of the archetype. This adds any Rescue Ace cards, and if you have a set Rescue Ace, if you have a set Rescue Ace cards, you can actually use them the same turn. So it's pretty decent, and it allows you to do some really cool combos to make like terahertz, and that's the combo that we're gonna be trying to do to be evenly matched both sides, because this deck gets murdered by evenly matched or lightning storm, right? Like, doesn't matter if you set 4, and everyone's gangster until you get your whole back row blown out. You know what I'm saying? So we have like, what's up? Yeah, a little pop. And then we got like Impulse. Impulse is like the hand trap of the archetype. It's very similar to Hovness. Obviously not as strong as Hovness, but if your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can tribute this and summon a fire attacker from the deck or a fire engine. So the fire attacker allows you to draw 2, discard 1 if a card is added to your opponent's hand, except by drawing it. And then fire engine allows you to summon a level 4 or lower Rescue Ace monster from hand, deck, or graveyard if a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field. So the options are either draw 2, discard 1 if you already have access to engine, and then fire engine allows you to get access to airlifter, which is any rescue spell from your deck to hand, which is your emergency, so you get follow up, right? So and then we have Preventer. That one is the new one, and that allows you to summon itself from the hand. And if you control another Rescue Ace monster, you can book him on your opponent's cards. And when it's sent to the graveyard, you can bring back a Rescue Ace monster in the banish pile. So it's really, really strong because it allows you to do some really sick combos to link climb. You have Airlifter, which is the other starter of the deck, which allows you to add any Rescue Ace spell. And because we have Emergency now, the deck finally can do stuff with Airlifter. Previously, it couldn't. And then the fire attacker and the fire engine already explained. And then we have like these spells, but I don't know, Nesh, you want to talk about these?
Okay, so
Yep.
we got the 1-for-1 reinforcement for more consistency, 3 pot of
Yep.
prosperity, 3 emergency, because now like this is the new support from Nexus. This makes a lot of sense for the deck. Helps a lot, the consistency and stuff. And the new spell that we got, like the spells that we got that we are gonna set using our combo with the Turbulence, is the feed spell, Rescue Ace HQ. While your opponent controls a monster, all Rescue Ace will gain a boost of 500, and then you can do an extra normal summon of a Rescue Ace monster. This effect will probably not come up so much, but the other one that recycles stuff, that are banished or in your graveyard, you shuffle them into the deck in order to draw 1 card, will help you a lot to recycle your option and also play for the grind, because this deck is a very control-ish, grindy deck, and this card, in my opinion, it's essential when we talk about those shapes.
I forgot to talk. Yeah. And the thing is, I forgot to talk about Turbulence, which is like the main card of the deck, but it's banished 2 Rescue Ace cards, summon itself, and then you get to set 4. So the thing is, post turn 1, usually you don't get to like resolve the effect to set again, but Rescue HQ allows you to like put them all back in your deck and then use Turbulence to reset all of them. So that's, I think, kind of nice. And then the other thing is Emergency can banish yourself back from the graveyard to recycle back your traps too. So that's kind of nice as well. And then I guess we can talk about these spells first before we talk about the trap, and then why we don't play Reinforce, I guess. But yeah.
So then we got Alert. Alert is basically a card that's essential cause of Hydrant. Now, Hydrant is like a pseudo starter. It's a pseudo starter because you kind of need a second Rescue Ace in the graveyard in order to add in order to add alert, and then alert is gonna add you another rescue ace.
Yeah.
And then from there we can combo with the turbulence. That's why you play the one-off. It's just essential for Hydrant to do something and to be basically a starter. It complements the card to be actually good in the deck. And then we got Rescue. Rescue is a Monster Reborn that you can use for your opponent as well. Like you can also reborn cards of your opponent. It's kind of nice for the grind. Is it essential? Probably not, but there is no better target to do, like to set actually.
Yeah.
Contain. We can talk about now the traps and why we decided to cut Reinforce. Now, Reinforce sucks. That's the point. Like, you don't need to know anything else about that.
This is a card, yeah. I think like people were playing it because it helps you play on even a little bit, so it makes it hurt a little bit less. But I don't know. I think like if you're getting evenly, you're already like kind of down bad at that point, because all the Rescue Ace traps require you to control a Rescue Ace monster. Like you can't just use these for free.
Then we got Contain. Contain is if you control a Rescue Ace monster, you will target an effect monster that your opponent controls this turn, and that effect monster cannot attack, and also its effects are negated. And if you control Hydrant at the resolution of this card effect, that monster cannot be used as Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, and Link for Link Summon this turn. So it's basically the monster that you target with this card will become basically a vanilla. Now, for the terminology and why a card is a vanilla, it's very simple. A card cannot be used, does nothing, and, you know, if a card cannot be used, it's like the card does not exist on the board, which is basically the point of this card. Extinguish, you know, like when the board is on fire, especially during summer, and when the floor is lava, we need to extinguish the fire. So we're gonna play this trap.
Alright, basically, yo, that's just actually a bows. Okay, bro, this is a runic. It's like so basically, I consider these cards like runic cards. Like this one is like a slumber, as well as a freezing curse in one, and then it has a bonus effect to like no material of the card. Okay, and then extinguish is like a runic, flashing fire, and then it also has like the benefit of like, you know, the fact that whatever it pops, your opponent cannot activate the effects of that destroyed monster. So like if I pop a Fenrir, my opponent cannot activate Fenrir for the rest of the turn. Like it's actually broken. It's runic Call by the Grave. Yeah, that's the best way to explain it. Like no, but it's a little bit better because your opponent can't even attempt to activate it, which is like crazy. It's like the counter trap in Code Talkers, I believe. It's very similar to that counter trap, the Code Talker counter trap. The reason why we don't play Reinforce is because like we're gonna be doing the combo that makes Terahertz that like beats evenly match. So as a result, like I feel like Reinforce is like super strong into like the Kashtira matchup. So maybe you side it into the Kashtira matchup, but the card's like a brick. Like it's like you know, I hate, like, yes, it's nice to set off Turbulence, but I just think it's a brick, because typically what I set is I set Extinguish, Contain, another Emergency, and Alert. Those are like the four that I set that I think, you know, like that's really, really good. So yeah, like again, the Pearly deck, you like Extinguish and you pop their Pearly, and then they just can't use the yellow Pearly for the rest of the turn. It's like crazy. So and then for the non-engine, we have like Book of Moon. Book of Moon's crazy because like if your opponent like imperms Turbulence on summon, you can go Turbulence effect, chain Book of Moon on the Turbulence, and it resolves. Like it's like a nice ruling.
Simple, guys.
Yeah.
Because the ruling about a monster being booked will forget several things. You understand, Pac? Several things. So a monster, if it's special summoned from the extra deck, will forget the material. If a monster is on the board and it gets booked, it will forget any applied lingering effect. So in terms of negation, if your opponent activates impermanence or activates Dark Ruler in their turn, and you have a quick effect monster on the board, you can use the effect and then you can chain book. And in Chain Link 2, the lingering effect will be removed and your monster is gonna resolve. Like, that is a very nice ruling, and I mean, it's gonna be used more in the future because I think the book mechanic is gonna get much better in the future as well. For the other flex spot, we got Troll and Lockbird, and then Super Poly with a nice tech that Pac is gonna talk about.
Yeah, so basically, I think like some people are already playing Mud Dragon because of like the proxy F stuff. So it has like synergy, the fact that like you can make it off Proxy F Magician, but then you're playing Super Poly, so it's like it serves two purposes in the extract, which I think is really nice. And you're gonna see that also with Cyber's D-Save Worm. The fact that this card is not only a Super Poly target, but also a card you can send off Terahertz is, like, in my opinion, insane. Like, it's an extra deck card that serves two purposes, so it's not just in there just to be in there, if that makes sense. Like, it's in there because it's off of Terahertz, and it's in there because it's Super Poly in the main deck, so I think that's really nice. Garua's obviously, like, broken, and then you can, like, link climb with this. Then you have Draco Knight, Draco Equise. The reason why this card is so good is because against like the Mana Dome deck or the Mana DM deck, they end on like Synchro. They end on Crimson Dragon, and then they also end on Baron de Fleur. So you can use the Crimson Dragon and the Baron de Fleur to make this card, or you can use like a Bistil Despotter for a Baron de Fleur, and you can summon this card using Super Poly. And then you can use this card to banish your opponent's Despotter, and then it gains the effect of Despotter, and then you can use this effect to summon back their Despotter from the banish. So like it's like you literally have like 6,700 damage on the board, which is like off to one Super Poly, and it's like super plus. Starting random for like 2 dark monsters, like typically like a Despia deck or something along those lines. And this card is also like randomly like a nice. It's just like a really good way to like game shot your opponent. So I think this card is good. Meteorologic, because you send it off Terahertz on your opponent's turn, and it's like a hot red. So I think it's really good because against like Pearly, you need to like stop their field spells so that you can finally target their stuff. So I think this card is like really good. Link Karibo for the combo, Almirage for the combo, Sunlight Wolf for the combo. Because you can like make Almirage and then put a name in the graveyard, then summon another name and then make Sunlight Wolf. And then this card also really has good synergy because not only can it add you back your engine, it can also add you back Ash Blossom, which can come up in the grind game as well. If you guys played Salamangreat back in the day, and I'm saying, Proxy F Magician is not only a fire monster, but it's also a Cybers monster, which I think is pretty sweet. You have Reaper Docus for the combo, which will show at the end. The Link Decode Talker, Protect Code Talker, the Firewall, and Terahertz. You play these because it allows you to do a 1-card combo with Airlifter to put up a Terahertz and like the full set 4 combo. So I think it's really good.
Without Further and Do, Pack. Without Further and Do. Why don't you show the goo? People are here to peep, brother.
True. See. All right, let's see if we can pull up the combo for you guys. All right. Hey guys, go to txx1.com and use Pack10 for 10% off. You can get access to the best sleeves, best over sleeves in the game for competitive play. The Supreme Pros are what I'm currently using for my main deck right now. And if you guys want to get access to them as well, go to txx1.com and use Pack10 for 10% off. See you there. Anyways, enjoy the video. So I'm going to be showing you this 1-card combo that puts up a Spell Trap Negate to counteract some of the biggest issues with this deck, right? Which is, if you make the set 4 board, you lose to Evenly Match, Lightning Storm, Duster. And so we figured out a way, the chat did. Shout out to my chat for figuring this out, aka I figured it out because my chat is myself. Therefore, by that definition, I technically came up with this combo. So here, what we're going to be able to do is using only 1 Airlifter, which we have, I guess, 4 copies of, plus 3 Prosperity. We are able to do a combo that beats Evenly Match and Lightning Storm. Okay, so we're gonna go Airlifter, search for Emergency. Emergency is gonna tribute the Airlifter to summon Hydrant. Hydrant's effect is gonna grab you, my boy, Turbulence. Turbulence is then gonna banish 2 to summon itself from the hand, and then use this effect to set 4. We're gonna set Rescue, Extinguish, Contain, and Alert. Rescue is really important to set off of this combo, and that's the main reason why Reinforce is not as good, because this is the main card you want to set. And you're gonna use the effect of Alert here. The reason why you're able to activate quick play spells to turn their set, it's not because you're cheating, okay? It's because the fact Rescue Ace Hydrant has a really neat effect which allows you to activate a quick play spell or trap card that's set by the effect of a Rescue Ace card the turn it was set. So that allows you to activate Alert. And Alert allows you to add a Rescue Ace monster from your hand if you control the Hydrant, which we do. We're gonna add Preventer, but before we summon it, we're gonna make Link Karibo, and then we're gonna activate Preventer's effect to banish the Hydrant from our graveyard, and then we're gonna link the Karibo and the Preventer into a Reaper. Preventer's effect allows you to summon back the Hydrant from your banish spell, because it's a when it's sent to the graveyard, you can summon back a banished rescue monster, summon back Hydrant. You're gonna use Reaper to make it a level 4. And then that turns into Link Decoder, or Decoder. Then we're going to use Reaper and Link Decoder to make Power Code, which is generic Link 3 Code Talker. And then that triggers Link Decoder to bring himself back from the graveyard. And then we're going to make a Firewall Dragon with these two. And what we're going to do is we're going to trigger the effect of Protect Code Talkers, which allows you to summon yourself back from the graveyard if you control a Firewall Link monster by banishing Link rating equal to 3. So you're going to banish the Reaper and Karibo to summon Protect Code Talker back. We're then going to use Firewall's Dragon's effect to add back Preventer back to our hand for follow-up. And then we're going to link all 3 of these into a Terahertz. The reason why you're able to do this is you have a Protect Code Talker which counts as a Link 3 and the other 2 counts as Link 1s. And now you make Terahertz. Terahertz is like really crazy because you're able to send a Desave Worm to the graveyard, which is a spell and trap negate on your opponent's turn. So it beats Evenly Matched, beats Lightning Storm, beats Duster. And then on your opponent's turn, you're going to send Mirror Logic to negate any face-up card on your opponent's side of the field. And, the Extinguish and the Contain cannot be used, right? But that's why you play Contain. I mean, you play Rescue, because Rescue is going to bring back either Turbulence or Hydrant. Either or. Like, if you think that you want the bigger body, you bring back Turbulence, because it's also follow-up for the next turn. But you can bring back, like, the Hydrant. And then the Hydrant allows you to get additional effects of Extinguish and Contain as well. What's really neat is next turn you already have follow-up with Preventer, because Preventer will just bring back any rescue-based monster when it's sent to the graveyard next turn. So you already have inherent follow-up as well. And this is off 1 card. So, and this card also has the effect to be a Book of Moon, if you control another rescue-based monster as well. So, anyways, this is what the combo looks like and why I think the deck is actually pretty sick. And yeah,
I do also think that we passed from Rescue Us to Rescue AIDS. So thank you, Pac, for this amazing combo.
Anytime, bro. One take testing. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Rescue Us Hydrant special ability.
Guys, if you guys enjoyed this, if you guys like the deck profile of the combo, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what other decks you want to see as well. There's only episode 1 of of cooking the goo with Nesh, but we have some more episodes for you guys where we also will showcase other decks post Dune format for you. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!